Hey YouTube, this is my first video and I wanted to make this channel just documenting my life and becoming a young bride. I never really knew how much people looked down upon you or just gave you a lot of flack for being so young and getting married. So I know I'm not the only one out there, and I just wanted to make these videos just as a vlog, just diary, just documenting my process of going through everything, being young, planning my wedding on my own, and still being in school and still working and still being myself. By the way, I'm 22. Just to give you a little background history, I got engaged about 5 months ago when I was 21. I just turned 22 like earlier this month, like 3 weeks ago. So I was 21 when I got engaged. My fiance is 24. He's gonna be 25 next year in January. So coming up soon. And when we first got engaged, a lot of people were like, we're rushing and just being negative. Are we ready? We are not established. We don't have money. And not a lot of supportive people. And I think a lot of that, well, I know a lot of that was based on us being so young. Um, like I said, I'm still in school. I'm in college right now. My fiance actually already, obviously he's older than me. He already graduated with his undergrad, and he just graduated in May with his master's degree. So he's a little more advanced than me. But I'm still working towards my bachelor's degree in science. I'm a CNA and I go to school, and I'm just so happy to be young and getting married. Um, so I just wanted to make these videos just to show girls that it's okay. It doesn't mean you're going to get divorced. Because I think people have a really, really negative connotation about that. Getting married young, but I think of it as it doesn't matter how old you are, young or old. If you're in love with somebody and you feel that person is your life partner, and you feel like you guys are basically deserve to be together, and God has put you both on this earth to be with one another, then I just say go for it. I encourage everyone. And it's funny that I'm even talking about this because my views before I got engaged, before, so young, I would be just along with everybody else, in society, like, you don't even know each other, you're going to get divorced, you're only getting married for this reason and that reason. My best friend, we're the same age, we're actually 9 days apart, and she is married herself. She's been with her husband, well, I don't know how long they've been together total, but they've been married for at least over a year now. And there's somebody that I thought in the beginning, like, she has 2 kids with him. And she was pregnant with their first child before he proposed to her. And I was totally, and, her being my best friend, I'm glad that she stayed friends with me because I was totally negative towards her about it. I just was like, do you think he's just doing it because you're pregnant? If it's the right thing to do. And in the back of my mind, I did not think they would last. I didn't even think they would last this far. But now that I'm engaged and I'm going through the process myself, I see how I was towards her. And actually, there's somebody that I admire and I look up to because you can see the happiness with them. You can see how much they've grown together, how much they've changed each other, and how much they're, better for their children. It doesn't matter. She's 22 years old. She has 2 kids, and a lot of people would think of that as a bad thing. But I think of it, she's an awesome mom. She's awesome with her kids. She loves them. She's everything that I would want to be, when I have children, she has patience. She has, whatever. I can go on and on. But just to say that she's no different and I will be no different than anybody else that's married at 30 or, 25 or, 40 or even married for 80 years. It doesn't make a difference. If you both have that unconditional love for one another, then That's all that matters. Hold on, I got a text message. Okay, I shouldn't do that in the video. Anyway, so basically, like I said, I just wanted to start this diary, this video diary, just to show people how it is every day becoming a bride and being young and struggling with dealing with society, dealing with your family, and just dealing with your personal self. How people view you differently. You know, I noticed that people at my job view me differently. People at my school view me differently. My friends view me differently. My family even viewed me differently. And not all these things are, you know, when I say view differently, it doesn't mean it's negative, but just the fact that they view you differently. And it's like, hey, I'm still me, with or without this ring, with or without my fiance. I was the same person before, you know, he put a ring on my finger. I'm just going into that, like, as far as being different, people viewing you differently. Like, with my job, like I said, I'm a CNA, and I'm pretty young to be a CNA, and, you know, in that field, there's a lot of people that are older than me at my job. And they're all married, and they all have kids, and I'm like I'm like the third youngest person at my job. And once I got engaged, it's like they had a lot more respect for me than they did for the people that, you know, were closer to me in age. And then I see that my friends, girlfriends, that are not engaged or just in a relationship or, you know, bouncing, look up to me. They ask me for advice. They think, you know, because I got engaged and because somebody proposed to me that I must know all the answers about relationships, and that is totally not true. This is as much of a trial for me as it is for anybody else. I'm learning how to be a better woman, a better friend, a better life partner, for myself and for him. And it's just an everyday battle, you know. And it gets hard sometimes because now you're not just thinking for yourself, you know. And even when you're in a relationship, you think that, oh, I'm thinking for us too, but it's different. Once you get engaged, once you decide that, okay, this is the person I'm going to share my life with for the rest of my life. This is the person that I'm going to live with. This is the person I'm sharing my money with. We're going to have kids together, everything. It's like your other half. That's so cliche. But it's true. So once you start thinking for that, it's hard. It's hard because it's like some things you want to be selfish about. Some things you wish that you could just think about yourself. And that's true. Like, it's not to be mean. It's not to be negative. And it's not to be like, you know, I'm just telling the truth. You sometimes feel like you are like, you just want to think about yourself, or it would have been easier if you think about it, like, for yourself. For example, with my fiance, you know, he, like I said, he's older than me. He's more established than me. When I moved in with him, he was basically providing for me. And, you know, and I felt like a burden on him. And I knew in the back of his mind, he had to have thought, and whether he told me or not, like, you know, like, if I didn't have her, you know, bills would be a lot less, you know. And he always jokes around and say, I'm a bill within itself, which is funny. But, you know, I know he doesn't mean anything by it, but it's true. It's true. Like, now he has to provide for me, but I'm glad I'm at a point in my life where I can provide for myself, and if need be, I can help him out, you know. So, like I said, this video, like I said, is just to enlighten other girls, encourage other girls that are like me, that are doing it all, getting married, starting your future, you know, working in school, you know, trying to start your career, and just don't feel discouraged because you're young. And I just want to encourage people, because I did not think that it would be negativity being thrown at me when I got engaged, because I think that that's such a happy time that everyone should be happy for you. But that's not the case. Not everyone is happy for you. And it actually, I'm glad that that happened, because it showed me how a lot of people that I thought were there for me, a lot of people that were lingering around mine and his like lives. And then after we get engaged, they're nowhere to be found. So yeah, if you watch this video, I know he's subconscious. But it's just funny to see how people leave and they start talking negative and they look at you different and stuff like that. So you guys can leave me any comments, any questions, anything you want me to answer. I'll probably, if I get enough, I'll either write back. If I get enough stuff, I know it's my first video. It's probably scattered everywhere and I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'll promise to be more organized next time. But if I get enough comments, I'll probably just answer the questions on the next video. And things that you want me to talk about. I have a lot of stuff. I didn't write it down. I have a lot of things that I want to talk about. So I'll probably be more organized next video. But until next time, guys.